They're squids. Eee. Again, apologies for any noises in my background or people you hear. Cannot control them, so if you hear heinous things, not my fault. I cannot control. Okay. All the desert except. So remember taking a little trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ulda. Once you arrive, seek out Momidi, the proprietress of the quicksand. Think of her as the Sultana's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Chaotic, and good luck. Gotta go to Ulda, so airship time! Whee! Oh, that means we're gonna go to Horizon, and I can unlock glamour plates and stop looking ugly. My armor combination is so ugly right now. It is gross. Talk to the airship person. Yes, it's nice. Alright.
I got 50
Hosting strip. And go talk to Momidi. And grab my mail in the process. Let's craft it. We're not a crafter yet. Saw Blue Quest, but yeah. Not doing crafting yet. That's for when we finish the story. That one. That's fine. So we need to get mail first. Got mail up there. Mail's up this way. Mail go. I need my mail. No letter, Kupo. Friend campaign. Okay, I guess that goes to all my characters. That's cool. Some of these because my mailbox is getting full. Okay, that's good enough. Alright. Momidi. To the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself to, judging by your determined expression, I take you in here for ale. Are you called Chaotic Lord by any chance? No one you sent you? Sent word that you'd be reporting for duty? She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under the sun, and I would have been set afire, a tankard of ale, if you words. Ugh, English is hard. If you would be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa Sean. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. So this winsome lass is the much-lauded adventurer, is she? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, my lady. I am Papa Sean, formerly of the Sultan's Swarm. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Chaotic of her mission. Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Imogen & Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hecoterans. Probably butchered that, oh well. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems that they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served as imprisoned them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspicion of all mining activities on site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Heskrens to work their mines by way of enchanted helms. They were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will, but as it oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Heskrens, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rocks. Well now, that got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after three centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger. Our new need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. God bless you. I fear you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in Western Thanaland. Do take care, you hear? One last thing before you depart. An employee of Imogen & Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Before we go and do that, I'm going to talk to the smith, because there's new stuff. Register for novice training. No suffers. And As your level rises, you will face greater combat challenges with all manner of dangerous enemy attacks. These exercises are designed to arm you with the knowledge that you need to survive. On completing them, you'll receive Mythos Ring, which increases earned experience by 30% until level 60. Nice. Oh, unlocked upon progressing deeper into the main scenario. I can't do this one yet. Alright. Looking for Pain and Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? So you got guts, miss. I just hope you got skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The heterogyms, I'm just gonna call them giants every time I see that word, because I'm just gonna keep butchering it. The giants left the place in a right state and nary a week after mining resumed. Don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second UL dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could have possibly survived being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong! The miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torchers keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in, and the hope of the nation is resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Alright, here we go, the ranch room. We gotta go to Western Family. So, this gate. Whee! Mapping the realm. Alright, off we go.
Looks complicated because you're not used to the gameplay, and mostly once you get used to
Blue Quest. The news about the goblet? All the quality land so desperately coveted is being auctioned off to bidders regardless of their origins. And adventurers have the right to participate. Just imagine, the entire area could end up owned by a wealthy foreign... I beg your pardon, miss. It isn't that I dislike adventurers, far from it, but when you consider that Ulda is still struggling to accommodate countless refugees, the idea that this land is being sold for profit is not surprising whatsoever, come to think of it. Still, the least they could do is give preferential treatment to hardworking Uldans like me. I've been saving for years just waiting for an opportunity like this to come along. Say, you wouldn't happen to be curious as well, would you? About the goblet? My hands are full here, but if you have a moment to head that way and look into the auction business on my behalf, I'd be ever so grateful. There's bound to be immortal flames representatives by the gates to the goblet. Who can explain what's going on? This wouldn't happen without General Bond's approval, of that much I'm sure. Go back inside. Run! Go talk to them. Wee. Heard about the auctions, have you? You're not the first to approach me this morn. Aye, 'tis true. In an effort of encouraging immigration to our great nation, all lands within the goblet are to be set aside for adventurers like yourself. Tragic, some might say, that only adventurers will be permitted to settle within its wards, but such decisions were made by men wiser than I. Beautiful place, the goblet, a man-made oasis built atop towering, but why bother explaining when you can see for yourself? Just head through the gates and follow the road. If you wish to know more about the goblet, speak with the recruit station just past the entrance. He'd be happy to assist you. Proceed! Just go to a random one. Right. Yes. People already have Eastern houses here. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the Goblet. Beg your pardon, an old woman asked you to learn more about the auctions? Oh dear, as you may have heard, these plots are reserved exclusively for adventurers. Since your friend is an old citizen, she is ineligible to participate. Should you yourself have a mind to purchase a plot, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Okay, I'm gonna go back out. Leave. And go turn in the quest. Whee! You've returned. Tell me, what have you learned of the auctions? What do you... What do you mean it's reserved exclusively for adventurers? I mean, sure, times are tough and every nation is scrambling to attract formidable fighters. But what about my needs? What about my 40 acres and a chocobo? Bah, it's just not fair. Go to the residential district. that mount on my main character someday. That's a mentor roulette mount. You get that from doing mentor roulette so many times. Alas, I am not the mentor, 'tis only Sprout. This character is my second time through, so we... It's been an incident. There's been an incident. God, reading. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained. But for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the giants? I think that Papa Sean would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see them, the sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best as you can and enter at will. Dungeon! Enter with a party of NPCs. Register. Permits. Let's go. States on. Tiny key. Wait. Pull the lever. I must do teleporting. Yep, they teleported. They're there. it's this way. Oh, it's a dead end. Okay. That looks like a big fall. That's a dead end. I thought it was connected. Guess not. Exploring. Look at that little face. Ooh, fire sand.
You're playing a game
Blah, 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 blah.
could add more details. Dragon Age is always considered a perfect challenge
And the
it doesn't
powder.
sound like
Explosion! Yes, activate device.